are now powered by human technology. Driving the progress is the Academy, which has grown to take a leading role in affairs of state. Under its young leader, the Academy is working to solve the paradoxes that warp the surrounding space-time. At the heart of the distortions is the Yascha's Massif, its skies darkened by a perpetual eclipse.
So hello people, welcome back to the next part of my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIII-2. So for this video I'm going to take you through the second part of Chapter 3 through the Yascha's Massif. So this is another area that's changed a lot since the last game, which you're about to find out. The layout's changed.
People always say the future will be better. They believe the hardships of the present fade with the passage of time. And so we hope, waiting for a future brighter than today. But Serah, remember this. As you walk towards a brighter tomorrow, you have to look back to your past. The path you have walked to reach the here and now will give you the courage you need to hope. It's so dark.
In ancient times, the fal'Cie devoured the light, darkness cloaked the sky, and the earth knew only night. This must be the eclipse.
You know what this is?
They said 500 years ago, a massive fal'Cie appeared. For a while, it blotted out the sun and turned everything dark.
If that happened 500 years in your past, then this must be 200 years in my future.
Right. But something's wrong. Look, the eclipse is only affecting this small area. That shouldn't be possible.
Okay, so you're saying this could be a paradox?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh.
So
This reminds me of stories we heard, that there used to be a great city on Gran Pulse. I bet this is what these ruins are.
What happened?
So talk to a few people when you arrive here.
Hello, are you here to observe the facility? I can answer any questions you might have.
Ah, yeah, perfect. I do have some questions. Where are we? And what year is it?
Wait, you can't just...
What? I'm just...
Yascha's Massif, 10 AF, sir.
10 AF? So nowhere near 200 years.
I must say, this is the first time anyone asked me what year it was. I don't suppose you happen to be time travelers?
Well, Cooper?
Ah, yes, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to hand out this map. Take it, it's free.
So this guy is the first one you've got to speak to about a live trigger event.
Keep your wits about you. There's no telling what kind of monsters the paradox has let loose in here.
You said the paradox. Are you talking about the eclipse?
Yes, the great fal'Cie, Fenrir, blocked out the sun. It was predicted he would appear 200 years from now. Which means...
Which means his appearance now indicates some sort of time distortion, right?
So for this one, if you want to get the funny answer, you say the fal'Cie wanted to meet you.
The fal'Cie arrived 200 years early to meet with a certain someone. Yes, sir, that someone is you.
So this entity crossed the boundaries of time and space just to meet with me? I suppose I can't discount the possibility.
Yeah, please discount it and find a sense of humor.
Right. Oh, there's an invisible chest.
Come on, Mog.
Do your thing, Mog. So some of these areas are closed off, or you have to find different routes to different areas. In this particular version of Yascha's Massif, you'll find other versions where all those blocked off areas are accessible, but In the meantime, just make do with what you can and can't access just now. Because there's nothing there. There's different versions of this. You'll have different treasures as well.
The sun's disappearance is no need for panic. It's our job as scientists to figure out what's behind this mystery.
Okay.
I don't care if things are bad. I'd rather be.
There's a treasure chest up there for Mark to. And then we just wait here.
Come here.
10 power chips. Nice.
Nice.
So there's not too many enemies here, but there are some that you do have to watch out for in the next section I'm going to.
Did it.
So this next area is really the behemoths prowling. The darkness of Yascha's Massif have a strong aversion to light. If you encounter, run to the nearest power outlet to return the mod clock to a safe state. So, this lady's away to say
I
exactly what
recommend
that's just
walking
saying.
along the path of the searchlight. Most monsters hate light and will do anything to avoid it.
So, yeah, you just gotta wait till this searchlight, unless you're feeling a bit reckless, yeah, just wait till the searchlight gets back here, and then follow the path along, because the behemoths that they were talking about are very difficult for this stage of the game, so thing was coming this way, and yeah, there's the behemoth there. You're not at a level to fight it just now. I mean, by all means feel free to have a go, but yeah, we'll rip you a new one. There's another safe space. Oh, shit. Panicked and pressed the wrong button. So we cast D-shell on us, so multicast is perfect for that one. Ooh, ouch. See what I mean? Ooh, you fucker. Let's get a phoenix down on Noel. That attack will do fuck all. Yeah. Heal Noel. You got really lucky there with that thing doing heave. We defeated it! Okay! We're obviously a bit more leveled up than I thought we were. Ooh, and get some potent sliver. Oh, and you get an item for called a behemoth fund. That's important for later on. I just got lucky with that behemoth, so I'm not going to try fighting it again.
The scientists are so passionate about their work. They're working just as hard as ever, even in the dark. Speaking of passionate, I'm the most passionate person I know when it comes to making a living. And on that note, please peruse my passionately promising pick of pieces.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Right, just sell a few of these potions, they're not much use just now. Keep hold of the Phoenix Downs because they're always useful. Monster materials. Never hurts to have top up of all the main ones. Don't worry about these delicate and durable ones. Oh, actually, I might get a delicate iron bangle because I know it's like 8% HP, but it's less. But it does cost less in terms of capacity. Probably talked about this in a previous video. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. This
I know it's a little dark in here, but I
is
hate my
affecting all my
electric bill. I
memory.
swear.
Right. No. Don't want to go back there just yet.
I like the benefits, but working on
That building over there is part of the Padra ruins. You should take a look around if you have the time.
Yes, that's where we've got to go to for
The
the
conservatives who still believe in the ways of Cocoon must be unhappy with the Academy and its progressive ways.
Scar's Gate Seal. Oh yeah, that's Gate Seals. I just, before I did this, started this, for fuck's sake. Oh, this thing again. Poison and deep protect on it. Oh shit. Thought maybe with the Phoenix down. Thought maybe with the 2 sentinels on it might have had enough defense to take less damage from. Wasn't to be, sadly. Now that was a bit more effective there. Right. Let's just play into this behemoth and just keep an eye on our points. This is nearly dead. There we go. Power chip and poke sliver. Nice. Oh, present. Gistle greens. Nice. There's a chocobo around here. Oh, we'll find out where they are, and then we can use them to access that area up there. See where the bouncing treasure chest is. Oh. Ooh, a Speranthus crystal. Wonder what kind of where is it? It's a medic. Oh, we'll worry about leveling up later. I mean, I just want to move the story along a little bit. there's a... Ooh, there's more red orb. You find out about the red orbs in a later... part of the game. So yeah, the red spheres will be explained later in the game. But we're going to go on here because we need to go to the ruins of Padra and find out all about this area. Ooh, what's this person going to say? And you're also going to meet up with an old friend.
Are we not allowed to go inside?
I'm very sorry. Only persons on official Academy business are permitted beyond this point.
Oh.
Oh, so these things.
Count as official business.
Rude, you shell gun all of us. You bastard. Isn't a hugely difficult boss fight. Just remember your usual stagger attack. Technique will work fine on this one.
Is it dead?
No, it's not.
The beast dragon!
Oh, what's that? Look who it is! It's
When
Hope.
monsters like these are cornered, they cause a space-time vortex to appear. An electromagnetic shock usually shuts them down. It's been a while, Serah.
Hope? Is that you?
I'm grateful you remember me.
Who's this?
Oh,
Director of Academy Research, Team Alpha. Hope EStheim at your service. And you must be Noel.
Nice guess. Who told you?
You appeared here with Serah some years ago at the Brescia ruins. Subsequently, we analyzed the gate and forecast your reappearance at this location. To be honest, I didn't really believe that time travel was possible. But here you are. I'm really glad you're safe. For me, it's as if time has stopped. Everyone I knew is gone.
Hope.
From your point of view, it's been years since you last saw Serah.
Not just Serah, Snow as well. And Saz and his boy. You all disappeared from my life. It's been 10 years now.
I never thought...
When the paradox occurred some years ago, I thought if I could solve it, maybe you would all come back.
Director, help! There you are! What were you thinking? Taking off and leaving me all on my own.
Oh,
It was a shock seeing Hope grown older
fragment.
than me. But he was still the same Hope I knew. Lightning, Hope listened to my story without saying a word. I
I told him about how I'm the only one who remembers your smile on the plane of Gran Pulse. I told him about how Snow set out to try and save you and Vanille and Fang. And I told him about Noel. Noel from the future.
There's something I want to show you both. We can continue our conversation as we walk.
I'll show the way.
Shall we?
Tell me, Hope, what made you join the Academy?
A sense of duty. Vanille, Fang, Lightning. They turned to crystal so that we might live. It was an enormous sacrifice.
My sister and the others. I think they wanted to preserve life. They gave us a chance to live again.
I'll have to talk to Hope.
They put the future in our hands. We're in a position to build a society based on human technology. No longer subject to the whim of the fal'Cie. That's the gift we've been given.
I talk to him again.
Serah, you've just stepped into the near future. You must be curious about a few things.
For this one, if you want to get a reward, say why you so grown up.
Hope, why are you all so grown up now?
You can't seriously still need an explanation for that, can you?
Well, Serah, you've traveled 7 years into the future. And though it's been a relatively short period for you, I've continued to age at the normal rate. Does that explain things for you?
Oh, I know that. What I meant to ask was, why do you seem so mature for your age? I'm no scientist, but even I understand that 7 years have passed. Wow, did you really think I was that dense?
No, of course not. Please, you must believe I would never think that of you.
Nice save, Director.
Okay, talk to this guy and get your...
Guests of yours, Director? Watch your step in there.
Isn't the Academy a research institute? Why do you need so many soldiers?
Without the fal'Cie around, we have to be able to protect ourselves. And that means guns.
The time distortions spawn hostile creatures. Until we can resolve the paradox, we need military force to repel threats. These armed patrols are essential for our safety.
Speak to him again before you go up the ramp.
It's hard to believe it's really been 10 years. So much time has passed.
Just say anything as... talk about Saz.
I wonder how Saz and little Dodge are doing.
We've been out of touch. Saz took Dodge to live on Gran Pulse, and he was flying airships the last I heard. Then suddenly they both disappeared. I searched everywhere but never found them.
Look at us. All gone our separate ways.
Yes. And I can't tell you how much it means to have you here now. Saz and Snow may have set off on different paths, but I've started to think that, in the end, we're all headed towards the same goal. I'm glad to see you're doing well, Serah.
Feel free to talk about other things to find out more about what's happening here.
Do you still think my sister is trapped inside that crystal pillar?
I always had doubts, and it wasn't just me. Saz had them as well.
Really? Saz too?
Yes. He couldn't believe that Lightning would just up and leave Serah like that. After all, she was the one who said we shouldn't face things alone, that we should stick together. I wonder how the others are doing.
Learn more about what Hope thinks of everyone else.
We were able to catch up with Snow.
Just 300 years in the future, if you can believe that.
I believe it. Good old Snow. I'm glad to hear he's alive.
He's alive, but he was trying to protect the crystal pillar by himself. The worst part was we had to leave without being able to tell him where we were going.
Have faith. I think I understand what Snow's going through. He's trying to save Vanille and Fang. Not to mention Lightning as well. We're only here today because they chose to bear the weight of a world. It's been 10 years already.
The ruins as well. Since we've got every other answer.
This is some kind of ancient city, right?
The city of Padra, or so we believe. It was the center of a great kingdom built by a nation known as the Farseers.
The Farseers? You're telling me there used to be enough of them to build this entire town?
According to our research, we believe they constituted an entire nation. A polity that was ruled by a Cirrus.
Can you see me now? Standing here in this place?
So this nation, Padra, their leader was a Cirrus, right?
Yes. The Cirrus would read the fates, see the future, and guide her country.
Yule.
Yep.
I can't comprehend how people used to live here.
Who are you? Do you remember Yule, the girl that's been travelling around with guys? She's a Cirrus.
Here.
And
Thanks.
You've traveled through time. I suppose it's not surprising you know about these things. The power to rule was passed down from one Cirrus to the next. She was always called Yule.
If they could read time, why did they die out? Surely they could see the danger coming and do something to avoid it.
No, they were destroyed because they could see the future.
Why?
The Cirrus Yule foresaw the future destruction of this city. Some citizens wanted to try to avert the disaster. Others felt that they should simply abandon their homes and run. A few fell into despair and took their own lives. The divided populace clashed. The nation was torn apart by civil war.
Being able to see the future is awfully dangerous. It can mess with people's heads.
Tell me about it. The nation fell apart, and the survivors fled into the wildlands, avoiding contact with others.
Huh. So you know the story.
Oh! Come on, Director Hope! I want to show them! It's okay to show them, isn't it?
This way. Here. This is what lies at the heart of our paradox. The Oracle Drive. We've been giving it careful study.
But how did you...
Wait. You know of these devices?
Oh, well, yeah. I've heard of them. In books and stuff.
The Oracle Drive appears to be some kind of recording apparatus from ancient times. We've excavated a number of the devices. However, the recordings depict things that cannot be possible. Perhaps you should see for yourselves.
This is how it works.
you get a little vision into the future by putting your hand in front of it. That's what happened at the end of the first game. But Lightning was still fighting at the end of that. We didn't see that.
The device was excavated from an ancient part of the ruins. We used carbon dating methods to determine age. The device and the recordings stored within are several centuries old.
But it shows lightning.
Someone in the past recorded this vision of the future. Perhaps it was the seeress Yule herself. What we're concerned about, however, is this. You'll have to excuse the image quality.
There's more. So at the beginning of the game.
Yes, I think so. We need to conduct further analysis to be certain.
Is it broken?
No. We've tested both device and data, and everything is nominal. Yet, when we try to view the recording, we get this. Perhaps it's not the recording that's broken. It's the immediate space-time in which we are located.
You mean it could be the paradox? Because the surrounding space-time is twisted, that might be directly affecting the device. So, if the paradox is eliminated, space-time will return to normal. Then we could see the prophecy and find out where my sister is.
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
Here.
An artifact.
This object serves as a key, is that right? We tried to make it work ourselves, but with no success.
Yeah, we can use that to travel across time.
Then you may have it. I think it'll be far more useful to you than us. Here.
Ooh, artifacts.
During the years that passed as we traveled outside time and space, Hope had devoted himself to his research, trying to unlock the mystery of the paradox. If the gates are the cause of the puzzle, they might also be the key to unlocking it. But I wonder, am I getting closer? Will I find lightning in the end?
Time to find that gate.
It was in the ruins.
Right, so now you've got a bit more free reign to roam the area. Have a little rummage around. Get any treasure chests you've missed. And also, you have to talk to Hope after the Oracle Drive.
Why I wanted to show you the Oracle Drive?
I think I do. You've been looking for lightning too all this time.
Yes. It's not much of a clue, but I thought you should see it all the same. And I wanted you to see how far we've come.
Oh, right. So the options available here aren't available. The options available to get the rewards aren't available on here. So, what should I ask him? So, I guess I just say anything. Who was the seeress?
I wonder what kind of person the seeress was. What does she have to do with lightning?
We're still not in a position to say. All we know is that each successive generation of seeress went by the name Yule. Anything else is pure conjecture.
What happened to her after the city was destroyed?
She either shared the city's fate, or left for good. In any case, her end was not recorded.
By talking again.
We've still barely scratched the surface here. The Oracle Drive is my main...
Okay.
I think I'm a bit jealous of you, Serah. You can travel to the past or the future, and if you find somewhere you like, you can just stay there.
Huh. I've never thought of it like that. I've been so focused on finding my sister.
Well, of course you are.
Right, okay, we'll just have to hope for the best with that.
The Academy's troops are made up mainly of former Sanctum soldiers. My commanding officer even fought in Cocoon's capital city.
I'm going to talk to a few more of these researchers dotted around because some of them have missions for
parts
fragments.
for my computer terminal. If you've got any, I'd be happy to buy them from you. What I really want to get my hands on is the battery used for one of the older models, like the kind they used on Cocoon. It wasn't a very popular model, so the parts are scarce. I saw it in a store window once. I got excited and ran in, but it turned out that the item had already been bought.
So this man's looking for a retro battery model, but it's not available in this
You'll help me try and
part.
find the battery? It might be an
This
impossible
area.
task. I already called every store in the book with no luck. But if you say you can get your hands on it, I'll believe you. Thanks for doing this. You want to know what I'll be using it for? I'm a collector. I want to get my hands on all the retro electronics I can.
It's available in a different Yascha's Massif.
What it used to be.
Just oh, hello there. Oh, oh. Just as well Mog said that, I would have missed that one. Ooh, wowzers! I guess I'll green. Just have a look because there's one of the Yascha's Massif has a treasure chest behind all those boxes, but it's not this one.
I remember back when I enlisted.
Are they allowed to be?
If I could go back in time, I'd go back 10 years ago and try to stop Cocoon from falling out of the sky. Although, I guess that would mean we would be under the Fal'Cee's rule again.
Military isn't what it used to be.
You're friends of the director, right? Don't let me get in the way of your investigation.
I think this lady here has a mission as well.
Make sure to watch your step when you're walking along the cliffs. It's a little embarrassing, but this one time, I accidentally slipped and almost went over the edge. At that moment, I was sure I was gonna die. Fortunately, help came right away, so the only casualty was my wristwatch. It's now lying at the bottom of the valley. It scares me to think that could have been me. I still miss that watch. It was an expensive one that had to be modified to withstand all the wear and tear of the outdoors. What a waste.
That's another one that you'll have to look in another Yascha's Massif for, but take it
You'll
on.
look for my watch? Are you sure? Believe me, I've tried, but I've had zero luck. With the eclipse keeping everything in the dark, it's almost impossible to see anything around here. I doubt it's the best time to go searching.
There's another time-locked treasure chest. Serenity Sachet. Just before you go back to find the gate, come up here.
On Cocoon, they even controlled the weather.
Free remedies. Joy. But see something bouncing in the middle there. And just throw Mog at it. And it's ooh, a fragment. Yay!
You did it!
I get a carbuncle figurine.
I work better at night, so I wouldn't mind if daytime never came.
That's good to know. Right, let's just head out and head to the gate.
I want to live as close to Cocoon as possible.
My baby gets so lonely all by himself.
You see that gate's open that was blocking the way that had the red sphere that I mentioned earlier. Now go there and get to
I wouldn't
the...
be caught dead on Pulse if it weren't for work.
I just got a call from the director. You guys get a free pass, but remember to be careful.
Yes, that's nice. So, that red sphere up there should be explained later. Here we are.
Here. This must be the gate Hope was talking about.
Maybe. Yeah? What?
There's something on your mind.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's just personal stuff.
So for this one, yeah, you've got to see Bothered by the Moogle.
It's the Moogle. He really bothers you, huh?
Is it that obvious? I look at his strange little face and I can't help but worry. I mean, what now?
His face isn't strange. It's totally cute.
Totally cute. I'd go for unique. Huh?
You shouldn't make fun of me, Kupo.
Something had been bothering Noel. And it had been ever since we heard the story about the Padre Cirrus Yule. But, of course, he wasn't the only one who was troubled. Was it really lightning I saw in the flickering images of the prophecy? The only way to find out is to go through this portal and solve the paradox.
Yowzers, a potion. Oh. And we've unlocked our next location, Urba 200 AF. I'll go into that in another video. And we've also unlocked the ability to close the gate of Brescia Ruins. So for another video, maybe in the very near future, I will teach you all about closing gates and how they can change. You can use that to get different items and rewards from various things. But in the meantime, now's a good time to finish this video, so I'll say thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye bye.